Hey everyone, it's Renee again, just going through the nutrition section of the Lean and Green app. When you're using the app during the 12-week challenge, you're recording your nutrition and activity throughout the day. However, when you're first setting it up, it's helpful to use a desktop computer or a laptop, and that's what we're using today. First of all, the nutrition section of the app is the thing that looks like an apple. So just click on it and there'll be an option to hit your personal data. So just put in your gender, age, height and weight. This is the weight that you're at now, not necessarily your goal weight. And then when you're done, just hit next.
Without a double click on the... Okay, ready? Yep.
Sorry, I'm not used to using an Apple computer, but you guys will be much better. Lifestyle info, so things like what kind of job you have. So for example, an office worker versus a labourer will affect your resting metabolic rate, and also your amount of REM sleep per night. Put in sort of the thing that you think will be applicable for you, and then be sure that when it says in your free time you don't include like your workouts at the gym. You just use your leisure activities. So for example, I wouldn't put any of the things that I would do for exercise. I'd put sort of what I did in my other sort of free time. Main goal is, well, for me it would be to maintain weight because I'm currently at a healthy weight, but it might be different for you if you want to gain or lose weight. And then there would be an option to have how much you want to lose. The BMI also shows
put that
you.
in. So most people on the challenge have said they want to lose some body fat. So it'll ask you how much weight you want to lose.
Yep. And look at where it says the BMI test. That shows what's an ideal weight for you. So if you're at the upper end of that healthy weight range, maybe pick something sort of towards the middle. It's advised to lose around 0.5 to 1 kilos per week because it's healthier for your body and your spirit than a large decrease. So just keep that in mind when you're setting your own personal goals. So I'm just going to switch this back to maintain for me so that we can go to the next section.
Great.
Okay, my plan type. This is where it kind of gets a little bit tricky because basically the difference between all these is the balance between carbs, proteins and fats. I'm just going to look at all the different options. There's the cardio training and the athlete. Those two seem like they'd probably be the best thing to me, so I'm just going to have a look at them and see what they look like. So cardio training, it's a higher amount of carbs to fuel the breakdown of glucose into ATP to fuel your training, and a little lower in protein. The athlete one is slightly higher in fat and lower in carbs. So I'm going to go back to the one and the maintain muscle will probably be higher in protein. Yes, as you can see, it's higher in protein.
And just have a look at that weight loss one as well.
Weight loss, that would be balance, wouldn't it? Because that one says after weight loss. Yeah. So after weight loss is, they're pretty much quite similar. It's carbs 50% of your energy, protein 20%, and fats 30%. And your balance, which is the one that they say that they recommend, is higher carb, lower in protein, and moderate in fat. So for me, I'm going to go back into cardio training, but the app recommends the balance, so maybe click on that. Okay, so with like the ratios, that's basically saying sort of what amount of your energy should come from carbohydrates, fats and proteins, which are the two what they call macronutrients. So all the foods that you eat are largely made up. All the energy that comes from these foods comes from carbs, fats or proteins. Obviously your food also has vitamins and minerals, but they kind of help the body to work. They don't actually provide any energy. So basically the acceptable macronutrient distribution ratio says that you should ideally be getting 45 to 65% of your energy from carbohydrates, 20 to 35% of your energy from fats, and 10 to 25% of your energy from protein. So as you can see, they're quite high ranges, and they're able to be tailored for your own individual metabolism and also for your goals. And you can see that the app helps you to sort of assess which goal is best for you. With like a higher carbohydrate, these numbers, these acceptable macronutrient distribution ratio, they're based on a review about like 10,000 different studies that show the best kind of numbers, if you will, to sort of prevent disease. And all of the options in your app fall within the acceptable macronutrient distribution ratio. So you're probably free to sort of use a little bit of personal judgment to see which works the best for you.
Great. Okay, so, oh, look at that. We've earned an apple and orange badge.
Yep. And
All
that's my email saying that I've earned one, probably. Okay, with your nutrition plan, this is your BMR. So this is how much energy you burn. Your body burns literally doing nothing. So just sleeping in your bed each day, I would burn 1,246 calories. To maintain my current weight, not including exercise. So again, it's just like, you know, a normal non-exercise day, which, let's be honest, I don't actually have, would be 1,872. And that's what it says here. So this, I cannot stress enough that this is your needs without things like exercise. So obviously you'll be exercising because you're working with Jared and he's going to push you to your limits. Your needs will be higher. But yeah, that's just like, you know, the basic information. This is basically sort of a rough guide of what your nutrition percentages would look like. Even though it kind of looks like a plate, it's not intended as a plate. So, you know, you shouldn't necessarily have this much, this amount of carbs on your plate, this amount of fats on your plate, this amount of proteins on your plate, just because each kind of nutrient, carbs, proteins, and fats, contribute to different amount of energy. So, for example, carbs provide 4 calories per gram. Proteins also provide 4 calories per gram, but fats provide 9 calories per gram. So obviously, to get the same amount of calories from fats, it's going to be a much smaller amount. Okay, I'm going to click on the thing that says My Nutrition Plan just to see what it says. Yep, okay. So this is basically the same thing as before. And I think I should click on track your food.
Yep.
Just to put an example of. Yep. So.
There we go.
Okay. Burned extra with so daily advice edit. Burned extra with exercise. So this is how much exercise that I've done. This is not accurate, but I haven't put it in yet.
So all we got to do is go up to, you've got your food list.
Yep. How do I add exercise, or do you just want me to do food for now?
Yeah, no, so just food. We're just covering food with this nutrition app.
Okay.
So then here's all of your products. If we put that in, you've got your sprouted 7-grain bread, for example. So if we click on that, okay, that's going to show you a couple of things about bread and the nutrition information about 100 grams.
The important thing to notice is that obviously, like a lot of the time, you wouldn't be having 100 grams, so you need to adjust the serving sizes for what you've actually done. So it shows that about a slice is usually about 28 grams. So you might need to adjust that to put 28 grams. This is like the information per 100 grams. So it shows your carbohydrates, 25 grams, protein, 17.8, fat, 3.57 grams. I'm going to click on the thing that says show micronutrients, because even though I was saying before how they didn't actually provide energy, they're still really important. They're still really important to help your body actually work properly. I kind of like to use the analogy that your nutrition is kind of like your bank statement. Like you have a certain amount of money that you have to spend, and with nutrition, that's like the amount of calories. So you want to sort of spend it on things that you need and get as much that you need that you can. You don't want to be spending sort of like a large amount of money, or in this case calories, on sort of things that are empty, things that provide no nutrition, no new benefit. You want to save up, if you will, for expending things on like a treat or something that it's actually really worth it. So
Stop it there.